Welcome to another episode of Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Scott Hansen, and as you know, it's on the show that we get the opportunity to really peek behind the curtains and get inside the minds of some of the most successful entrepreneurs, business owners, business execs, media professionals, sports athletes, and really everybody in between. People are doing some huge things in the entrepreneurial space right here in their community, and today is absolutely no different. I'm sitting with a real talent, Ryan Steenrod, and Ryan is actually the owner of Rebell Strength and Conditioning and the founder of Drive to Thrive Workplace Wellness. Ryan, welcome to the program.
Scott, thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I would love for you to share, because your story is really awesome, and I would love for you to share with our audience exactly what Rebell is, and also what is this new endeavor, Drive to Thrive?
Yeah, sure. So Rebell is a strength and conditioning facility. We're located in Lakeview, Clark and Diversity area.
Okay.
And how Rebell started is my business partner and I we were looking at the area around us and people who were training, and we said, hey, we need to do something that is against the grain, going against what everybody else is doing. And so that's kind of what the name came from, is us rebelling against what the standard practices of fitness were, and doing things that were getting people to move better, getting people to feel better, not just getting stronger, but actually improving their quality of life. And so we do that through three main areas of training. The tried and true practices of body weight training, kettlebell training. If you don't know what kettlebell training is, it's the cannonball with the handle on top of it, and barbell training. So him and I set off to open Rebell, and we train our members through semi-private training, classes, and small group training.
I know in looking at your bio, you have a really extensive background, not only in the fitness arena, but from a Rebell's standpoint, you guys have also trained the Chicago Blackhawks?
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Yes.
Talk more about that.
So what happened was, it's really about kind of, I guess, the people that you surround yourself with, and we happened to, actually my business partner Mike, he was at a certification with the Anaheim Ducks strength and conditioning coach, Sean Scahan. And Sean is a very good friend of Paul Goodman's, who is the strength and conditioning coach of the Blackhawks. Well, Sean's been telling Paul, hey, you got to get on this kettlebell thing and everything. So Paul and Mike were contacting each other, and they had a break in their schedules, and they invited us to come work with their rookies and prospects in their camp. So that's kind of how it started. We were able to go work with their group for about a week, doing kettlebell training and so forth, and then we got invited back to work with their team during testing and so forth. So we still have a good communication with Paul over at the Blackhawks, and we look forward to hopefully working with them some more. So it's been a really great experience.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, it's interesting. I always talk about how it's so important to surround yourself with people that are playing big and playing up. And sure enough, you guys have been around for a few years, doing some great things. But within a relatively short period of time, you guys have already coached the farm system of the Blackhawks, which is incredible. That puts you on the map above everybody else immediately. Yeah,
it's been great. We've also had an opportunity to work with the Northwestern athletic department.
Sure.
And then working with groups like first responders. We've done some work with the firefighters and so forth out in suburbs.
Okay.
But just being able to be around people of such high caliber has been a really amazing experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Question for you. I wanted to ask you about, with so many gyms popping up, and personal fitness studio gyms, and all kinds of CrossFit gyms, how does Rebell sort of separate themselves from every other gym that's popping up on every other corner?
Well,
besides you, of course. Besides you,
it kind of flies in the face of what you see of more, harder. We're about better. And the way we do that is trying to get our people involved, and it's really about our people. There's three driving principles that we run our business by, and that's community, strength, and education. The community aspect is really about getting people involved, getting people supportive, caring about each other, being a part of something that's bigger. We do that with things like supper clubs, attending each other's events. We have some people who sing and act and so forth, so we try to support in their performances. We have charitable events that we're constantly putting on. I think We've helped raise about $60,000 in the 3 years since we've been open. The second part of that is strength. Getting people stronger, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, stronger in movement, and stronger about just attacking their weaknesses.
Right.
And the last thing is education. We really try to emphasize educating people to do things the right way, whether it's just a basic push-up or a press overhead, whatever it may be. We want to educate them so that they can take it away from us, something from us. We know that life happens. People may move away, people may go on vacation, whatever it may be. Do they have the tools to still keep their consistent progress going? And that's what we strive for. But education just doesn't apply to them, it's us too. We're constantly trying to seek out what's the best information in the business in order for us to stay on top of the game and give our members the best product possible.
Yeah, and I think you brought up a great point, which I want to elaborate on. You talked about one of the core principles you guys have as a business is quality. It's important in quality. And for someone that was a gym rat for a long time, I used to spend an hour and a half, 2 hours in the gym. And it's interesting now, in talking to you offline and other programs that I've been a part of, it's amazing how quickly you can get your body in shape in a third of the time that maybe we thought 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah. We live kind of in the area of we want things now.
Sure.
And we're very impatient people.
Microwavable society.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. My advice always is to members and people looking to make a change is enjoy the journey. You're going to get to that point if you're consistently doing something, but enjoy the journey.
Right.
Because it's going to be a lot easier to see those strides happen as opposed to stressing yourself out and getting impatient with what's going on.
Right.
So
it's great. It's great. Let's switch gears. As a business owner, you've been doing this now for a while, and you're juggling not only Rebell, but also you're starting up this brand new venture around wellness. As a business owner, what's the one thing that keeps you up at night? You can only pick one. I know there's more than one, but what's the one thing that kind of keeps you awake and keeps you thinking about the next day? And it could be sort of on a negative front, like, my God, I need more clients, or maybe from a passion play.
Doing better by our members and just people in general. It's easy to sit here and we're doing good and pat ourselves on the back, but it's the constant strive to improve as a business, as employees, as constant beginners. We're constantly trying to learn something new and improve our craft. But it's just, how do we do something better, more efficient, something that's going to yield a higher result? Because we know that our competition's doing the same thing.
Right.
And it's really just about how can we deliver what we have in a more efficient way to our customers and our members, and so that they see a better result each time. Yeah.
I love how you're so customer focused. I think a lot of business owners miss the fact of being customer centric, meaning they think, well, if I put out a product or if I put out a service, then if I build it, they will come.
Yeah.
And your philosophy is really just the opposite, which is, we've brought our customers in, we've taken care of them, now we want to take more care of them, we want to take better care of them, we want to actually provide more values for maybe what they're even paying us.
Yeah. Well, it didn't start out that way. We kind of just opened our doors and said, hey, where's everybody at? But no, that's really it. It's, since we do coach in a group setting, the challenge that started was, how do we provide a one-on-one experience in a group setting? And it's the way we educate our members, truly. Because, listen, we're coaches, we're not rep counters.
Right.
I think everybody in the room can count to 10, right?
Sure.
So
I hope.
the goal is, though, they can't necessarily always see themselves. And we don't put mirrors up in our place. It's purely because we want people to focus on how they're feeling, doing things the right way. They don't need a mirror to artificially look at what's going on. They should actually feel it and have a lot more body awareness. So the style that we coach is, can we educate people to understand our philosophy, cue the right way, do things the right way? And then if I'm in a setting coaching people, I can say, hey, Scott, make sure you do this a little bit better. And you have an understanding of what I'm talking about.
Right.
And people know, like, okay, if I can see somebody across the room and make a correction, they're like, okay, somebody's always watching me. They actually feel like they're in a one-on-one experience and getting the attention that they deserve in a class format.
That's great. That's great. So in terms of, I know you talked a little bit earlier about the wellness, the drive to thrive. I know a lot of times now in the corporate world, people are busy. You know, you're a busy professional. You own a business. You're an executive in a company. Some people say, Ryan, I wish I could get more time to work out. But I realize that a lot of companies now are really focusing on this wellness. If someone says, Ryan, I don't have the time to work out, I know that's an excuse. We both know that's an excuse. But what would you say back to them, rather than saying that's an excuse? But what would you say if someone says, I'm just busy? How do I work this into my day?
My question always is, well, why do you want to work out?
The old question with a question. I like that.
The question is, well, why do you want to work out? What my job as a health coach, as a fitness coach, is to find the why, right? And if there's no driving force behind it, if there's no motivation behind something, especially when it comes to your health, is somebody going to necessarily put forth the effort and work to do it? Right? So my question with that is, okay, well, why do you want to work out? If the motivating factor is, well, I have to lose weight because there's a health issue related to it, there's a little bit more motivation back there. But if the answer is, well, I think I need to, well, then you're probably not going to find time to work out. If it's important, you're going to do it every single day. And there's a lot of avenues to health and fitness and wellness and whatnot. The idea that I try to coach people is find what works for you, find that avenue into making sustainable changes. All right? Make it stick. If you can't find time to work out right now, right, maybe your avenue into improving your health is watching your nutrition a little bit better. And maybe your avenue is to take the stairs instead of the elevator. Okay, whatever gets people moving or creates that spark, those little wins for people to kind of snowball that success, will start, creating more success. Success breeds success, right? So
exactly. Yeah, the old saying is, if your why is big enough, you'll find the how.
Exactly.
Right? Sure.
Exactly.
So one last question. I want to give a tip for the audience. Maybe it's a fitness tip, maybe it's a workout tip, maybe it's a nutrition tip. I know we could be here all day talking about that, but what's the one thing that's a must, maybe in terms of a food or maybe in terms of a workout? If no one does anything else other than maybe eats this to be a little healthier or does this to lose weight or gain muscle, what's that one thing that they should do?
One thing. Remember this. Consistency trumps intensity every single time. Find the one thing that you enjoy doing, whether it's walking, whether it's working out, doing weights. Do the one thing that you enjoy and do it consistently. Like I said before, if it's important, you'll do it every single day, right? So find the one thing, consistently work at it, and get better. That's going to open up so many more avenues and so much more success for you to jump into strength training, swimming, whatever it may be. You're going to have more time, you're going to have more energy, and you're going to find a little bit more pep to do something extra once you see a certain result.
Awesome. Well, so this has been incredible. I really appreciate you coming on the show and giving our audience some really great tips, some strategies, not only business strategies, but also fitness strategies as well. Where can someone learn more about you and learn more about also, obviously, Rebell?
You can find us at rebellconditioning.com, or you can get me at ryan@rebellconditioning.com. That's my email address. So I hope to hear from you.
Awesome. Well, this is the man. If you want to get in shape, if you want to have better nutrition, look better, the summer is going to be coming up soon. You want to look better, this is the man that's going to get you into shape. It's probably something I should talk to you about as well, because
Anytime.
I need all the help I can get as well. So this has been another episode of Success Blueprint. And don't forget, if you want to follow me, it's at Scott Hansen 1210, at Scott Hansen 1210. And again, make sure to watch out for the next episode where we'll be coming to you live with another show here on Success Blueprint. Go out and make it a great day because you absolutely deserve it. Take care.